Everyone, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother, and we are playing with Merfolk in Modern. Merfolk souped up with Boomerang, bounce those ensnaring bridges, bounce lands like Blast Zone. If you want to see how Merfolk is played in today's metagame, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into our match, we're going to thank our sponsor, themanabase.com, your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. So we lost the die roll, but our hand is pretty acceptable. We've got like turn 1 Biomancer, turn 2 Silvergill Adept. Control. We've got a lot of mana lands for... Ooh, we have tons of mana lands for control. How important is Biomancer on turn 1 versus playing the Conclave on turn...
Their game doesn't get started until like turn 5.
It can get started fast if they're playing with the new Teferi. The Teferi Clefairy. 3 mana Teferi. Okay, I'll play the Conclave later. I hope to play with this Silvergill Adept on turn 2.
Shout out to the geese.
Shout out to the geese. Canada geese.
Looks like it will be pouring later today.
Okay, so mana leak up, everything up. To just play into it. I hate mana leak, but you know what? I think we just have to play into it. They may not have a counter spell, but I would rather not. You just sometimes have to play into counter spells. I'll show them another Biomancer. Oh, there they go. And it was not a hollow fountain, so it was a electric knot. Okay. No, I do not want to pay for it. The other option is doing nothing. Well, I could try to Spreading Seas the Celestial Colonnade. I opt to play the Silvergill Adept. Ooh, Field of Ruin.
It's nothing.
Well, that's a good card. That changes things. Okay, let's attack. And I guess we play our Ether Vial, hope for no more counter magic. Dovin's Veto. No, you may not! I'm not going to play the Benthic Biomancer because I'm trying to play around Detention Sphere.
Just bluffing that you have Spell Pierce?
Not necessarily. Unfortunately, they now have all the mana that they could possibly want.
Unless you Boomerang, sets them back a turn.
Unless I Boomerang.
Swing for 3.
Let's try to swing for more. They don't have Cryptic up.
That's 3 blue.
It's 3 blue. I've got Cryptic mana up. Or I have Cryptic mana. Okay. We all knew this was coming.
Gets it off the table.
Oh, I have a pretty good decision if I want to play this Benthic Biomancer, but I guess there's just not enough upside. Well, the problem is we didn't... so there's 2 conflicting issues. If I add more creatures to the battlefield, that's not good. Okay. Yes, I will use the ability. Okay, I guess I will play the Biomancer. We're just too far behind. They could play Teferi next turn. We're doomed. I would like to... What the hell is this? Oh, that's fine.
No miracles. Thank you. It'd be such a waste of a Terminus, though.
As long as I don't play a Planeswalker, our situation is okay.
You can Boomerang a Planeswalker.
That's not what I want to do, though.
But you'll still set it back a turn. He has to tap out for that stuff.
No, they don't have to tap out because they get to untap 2 lands here. Well, let's see. We can kill Teferi if they don't have a removal spell. So let's see if they do. Ooh, do I just play this?
Wipe out that colonnade.
No. Okay, if they have a removal for Lord, if they have a removal spell, then none of this matters. But if they have Snapcaster Mage just to block, that does matter. Okay, play Lord. Hopefully we can kill it to Fairy. How to kill it to Fairy.
It'd be nice if Fairy Conclave only needed one, like how you only need one from Mutavault.
Looks like it's going to get through. So now
I'll
we're just
be back.
dodging Terminuses and stuff like that. I think it hardcast Terminus from here. So we got to start getting the Spreading Seas game going. Alright, we got another turn.
Spreading Sea something to boomerang a land. Spreading Sea's one colonnade, boomerang the other.
What if you have Snapcaster Mage? But I am thinking about Spreading Seizing this. Maybe do that pre-combat, see what happens. And then boomerang the Celestial Colonnade. Guarantee that it can't be something that's going to Dovin's Veto. So they're guaranteed. And they still have Snapcaster Path. That's annoying. Problem is they're guaranteed to hard cast a Terminus next turn. Okay, well, Mutavault's not too bad. It's a pretty good recovery card. So we can use the boomerang in combat in the future. Okay, you have this.
It's got one path.
Oops, that's enough. How bad is our situation?
Well, your deck's being...
Well, if they don't have anything serious in hand, maybe it's not so bad. Because we still get a loot off of Benthic Biomancer. We've got a bunch of man lands in play. They've got blockers. They got a lot of blockers. This is a true story. So they don't have Terminus. Because they would have just played it. They for sure would have just played a Terminus. They would have tried to untap. Serum Visions. This is not the point in the game. They put a card on top and a card on the bottom, and they're not playing a land, so they have to have spells in hand. But they can't do anything with their colonnade. Ooh. Well, they're gonna do something upkeep. Sure. This won't be too bad. I'm gonna go look. Take a look-see. They'll probably take Master of Waves away. I have enough mana to activate Fairy Conclave, Mutavault. We have 2 boomerangs. Okay, we'll activate everything.
You fool! Yeah, that's right.
It's interesting. Decisions. What to do? We'll activate this. It's not that valuable. I'm pretty happy actually that they're killing a man land because that makes there's less demand on me to hold up, like have mana open. Well, that sucks.
You can boomerang that bastard.
But it's not good. I can boomerang it, but it's not good. I want to boomerang lands. Activates. Okay, so they've got like 2 fresh new cards on top of in their hand. And draw another Aether Vial. Well, I'll attempt to kill the Jace. Oh. I'll probably boomerang my own card back to my hand if this is unsuccessful. If Jace dies, then their hand's pretty bad. Well, maybe they could have more manlands, I guess. I'll boomerang this back. We have to keep these cards. We don't have anything left. Oops. And that's, hey, there's a thing that's beautiful about boomerang. It saves our...
Well, at least that Terminus is being spent on trash.
That's a 1-for-1, yeah. Narset. Each opponent can't draw more than one card. Opponent can't draw more than one card a turn. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Well, this is gonna spiral out of control. We didn't have the aggression that we needed at the beginning. I do feel pretty confident post board. We're gonna have counter spells. We still have like a million man lands. These are all good cards in this matchup. You are late. Although I have to say they had a lot of Path to Exiles available. There's just nothing we can do.
Well, you can two in the air, kill something.
They got Path to Exile. They found a Path to Exile off of Narset. I guess I will...
Let them spend it to boomerang it.
Attempt to kill a Jace the Mind Sculptor. But they're effectively drawing like 3 cards a turn. I'll play it out, but we're lost. Technically, we're lost. It's going to be very hard to beat. Like, Narset is basically like... Well, okay, this can only be activated one more time. But this is basically like a... we found a cryptic command. It's basically, what's it called? Search for Azcanta on a Planeswalker.
Relic of Progenitus would be hot.
Maybe. I don't know. They don't run that many Snapcaster Mages. Master Waves is hot. What did they find with Narset?
Doesn't let you know.
Oh, Cryptic Command.
Well, they're going to have to spend it eventually.
I don't have Boomerang anymore. Okay, what if I... Well, I can't cast Master of Waves. If I cast, they can counterbalance the Fairy Conclave. And they want to bounce, because if they counter draw, they can't activate Celestial Colonnade to block. Okay, so let's just activate, try to attack, see what happens. Condemn. Okay, goes to the bottom of our library. I would love to be able to put a Master of Waves in play now. Actually, it doesn't matter, they still have Cryptic up. Just pass.
Gotta piss away that Cryptic.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm now going to play to just put Master of the Pearl Child into play at end of turn, and then tick the Vial up to 4, and then put a Master Waves in play, and hope that they can't deal with it. But our odds of winning are very low. Very, very low. Dovin's Veto, 2 in the main deck. That is crazy. Probably crazy good. I mean, cannot be countered. Sounds like a pretty good card. Especially against all the combo decks. With, like, Pact of Negation. No! You may not Pact of Negation my Dovin's Veto. 2 mana, hard, no.
Come on, Deprive.
It's not in our main deck.
Oh.
Fairy Conclave's fine.
Swing at a thing.
No, they can activate Colonnade and just block.
Oh.
We are going for their face! If I can get there. Well, it's gonna be a tough battle. Path to Exiles for days. Remember, they're drawing like a lot of cards per turn. Between the Narset, the Jace the Mind Sculptor. Drawing a card for the turn. And they're the one allowed to draw all the cards. It's going to be interesting. These static abilities, each opponent can't draw more than one card each turn. These are really powerful attached to a Planeswalker. They're very strong. They've already, like, warped Standard. Like, the best Standard decks are playing, like, tons of Planeswalkers.
War of the Spark.
War of the Spark, yeah.
They knew what they were doing.
And they've made these Planeswalkers incredibly cheap. I'm gonna pass. put a Master of Waves in play for like 1 devotion.
It's good. There should be an enchantment where your islands also count as devotion for Master Wave.
Thinking back in this game, I wonder if I could have played more patiently. Just attack with like my creatures on the well, I didn't have any creatures on the battlefield was the problem. I had a Mutavault. Because ideally you get into a situation where you're ahead very early in the game and then you start attacking, make them tap out, and then as they play things when they're tapped out, you can play more things. But I never had a board presence on the board in order to, you know, be impactful. Although I could have done it maybe with the Biomancer. Sure. I know you've got a Cryptic, so you can Cryptic my Master of Waves to death. If they kill this, then I'm just going to resign. It's pointless. There's a 0% chance of me coming back from this. I really need to chain like 1,000,000 Master of Waves together. It's not too bad.
Swap the Oboro out.
It's a Minamo.
Whatever. The picture land. Get rid of the picture land.
Can this resolve? No. Well, at least they fetched. They dealt damage. We're on our way. Probably they're going to Cryptic. But if they Cryptic this, well, maybe something else can resolve in the future. Counterspell draw. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can still activate Colonnade. Pass then. Oh, wait a minute. No. Turn off auto yields. That's attack master. Jace the Mind Sculptor.
One of them has to get through, goddammit.
That actually might matter. What do you have in the... you have Condemn. Okay, Concede. I saw enough. That will be... This game will be impossible. So what do we got here? Okay, we got Phyrexian Revoker. I like Phyrexian Revoker. You name their stupid planeswalkers. I got Deprive and Cryptic Command. We're going to take out some lands. Specifically Minamo and Oboro. Because those can get hit by Field of Ruin. Although probably the man lands are going to be targets for the most part. I could even shave down to like one more land to go down to 19. I have 3 cards to take out. Dismember is not useful. It's not great, but it's not bad. Spreading Seas is actually also not very good. Spreading Seas is good when you're on the Mana Screw plan. I could keep 1 Dismember for the click. They had that Vendilion click. I like Spreading Seas in combination with Tectonic Edge, but it's really lukewarm without that plan. Boomerang, Boomerang I like because I can like bounce. They're gonna bring in some like Supreme Verdicts or Wrath of Gods, and so like if we have lethal on the board, we can. If they have 3 mana up, I try to Boomerang like one of their lands. If they have 3 lands in play, I Boomerang a land at upkeep, and the guarantees they cannot play Supreme Verdict or Wrath of God. And if they counter it, then they still don't have the mana. They don't have the mana up. We want to go down on lands because they're playing with Path to Exile. They're going to help us find lands anyway. The game's going to go long, so like Cryptic Command is going to be hard to cast, but in the late game, we're going to cast it anyway. It's not a big deal. I think that's it. Yeah. We're not bringing Grafdigger's Cage. They shouldn't be playing with too many copies of Snapcaster Mage. Usually 2. I would love to play first. Yeah, we can keep this. Play Mutavault first. There's a chance that I will be attacking with it. If they play like a fetch land, for example, I'll attack with the Mutavault. Because I can't Spreading Seas that. Can't Spreading Seas that either.
It's already seized.
We'll be patient with our Lord of Atlantis'.
That is a priest. That is a... Yeah.
Master of Waves is okay by me. Another island. Choked on white mana.
Good.
Can activate. If they play Snapcaster Mage, we'll just violin a Lord. Otherwise, I'm not going to put a Lord into play. Keep my options open. They can't. Well, they can't Terminus.
No, they're so far from that.
But it still gives them more information than I would like to give them. But they can't Terminus. They can't do anything.
Don't be greedy.
Sure. Pausing for a long time sort of represents a Lord, but whatever. Keep Merfolk Trickster in hand. It's good to surprise block a... Oh, we're definitely going to Spreading Seas this.
They need 3 mana to do this thing, right?
Yep, they've got it. And probably they're going to hit this, Path to Exile this. What's going on here? Oh, they want to do this now? Okay. And then we will Spreading Seas the planes. Actually, I can play Merfolk Trickster now. Sure.
More lands. Yes, please. Path to Exile is fair. It's a fair card.
That's why we sided out the lands. We knew they were going to give them to us. Oh my god. Spreading Seas this. That's a good card. Okay, so I'll play Lord of Atlantis, and then they're probably planning on playing something like Jace the Mind Sculptor, and they're going to be rudely awoken by the Phyrexian Revoker. So at this point, because of all the... shoot. What do I do here? I really want to tick this thing up, but I really want to nail a Planeswalker if they play it. I'm going to say no, and I'm... Oh, no, I'm really confused.
You got everything.
Basically. Now it's like a time to tick the vial up. They could have a counterspell here.
Save the deprive.
I think I'm gonna be ticking the vial up.
Save the deprive for the Planeswalker itself.
No, if they play a Planeswalker, I'm just going to Phyrexian Revoker it. I might even have... Oh, I have close to lethal. I don't exactly have lethal. But I'll save the deprive for Terminus. Snapcaster Mage.
I'll throw it out there, then tick it up. Or play Master Waves now and...
Well, I can't play Master Waves at instant speed. My opportunity was last turn. The option was to play Master Waves last turn, threaten lethal, but I don't have Deprive or Phyrexian Revoker up.
You can only take one more.
I think I'm going to play the Revoker naked. I'm just going to name Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. So we just have 2 creatures on the battlefield, and then I'm going to tick the vial up, and hopefully the opponent cannot deal with that in the next few turns. They're not dead, though.
But they will be. You can't survive one more turn.
Tap, draw. Do they have Verdict?
Don't do it. Just use the deprive. You'll be dead.
Not necessarily.
You'll be dead as a doornail.
Okay, we'll deprive this. If we top deck a Lord, we win. And it is card draw. Anyway.
You could have tapped bounce, could have tapped anything.
Okay, that's a good draw. Okay, so now if they find an answer, we can violin. Oh, sorry, we just cast Teferi. Sorry, we cast Merfolk Trickster and they're dead.
Can't use any pain lands.
Yeah, no shock lands, no fetch lands. It's all turned off.
3, 2.
Looks like they might have an opt-in hand. They're going to look for a Terminus.
Oh, God.
So Snapcaster Mage is probably not good here. That is good here. Okay. But they can only do this for so long. They have to find an answer. No, that's it. Alright.
Ha!
Just as planned.
Ha!
Maybe I could have won a little bit earlier. I'm not going to change anything. Submit deck. They're not changing anything. That was fast.
That's a keeper.
The hand's not beautiful, but I'll keep it. So there's no card advantage.
Mulligan.
I mean, there is some card selection with Benthic Biomancer.
You put one card on bottom.
Boomeranging that Colonnade will swing the tempo into
Overdrive. Or underdrive, whatever way you want to put it.
Ooh, another Colonnade. So maybe that's what we're going to do.
Yes. Of course.
Oh, I got a Silver Gill Adept.
Stay with the original plan. It's funner.
It's funner, huh? We play Boomerang. We're on the play. I guess that's fine. We're on the play now. Cost us a card. But it matters. It matters in this matchup. It does matter. Oh, they play Fledistran instead. Well, that sucks. I don't like that. Gonna kill this? Oh, you are going to kill this. That's interesting.
It's on the back foot. You could play a Lord and keep, couldn't you?
Not at flash speed.
Oh, right.
I don't want to show either of these cards, but I guess I'll show the Lord of Atlantis. They can always assume I have this. Shoot. Okay, whatever. Can't play this. They still have a Colonnade in hand.
Comes into play tapped.
My guess is they have a lot of...
Crap! Another Boomerang would be choice. Be so good.
Actually, I guess I'll play this island just in case they play,
Thoughtseize.
No, Snapcaster Mage. I'll put a Trickster in play. Yeah, that's fine.
You got played, son.
So now if they Wrath or Terminus, it's like a 2 for 2.
You gotta pay? Oh, of course
I'm
you
gonna pay.
will. You'll pay too.
Jace.
It's okay, you got the answer.
I have an answer. Draw 3 cards, put something on top. So we can kill Jace, but probably there's going to be more problems. At least we have a lot of conclaves. So I don't really want to play a Lord here. If I play a Lord, we're going to lose the Lord. Actually, if I play a Lord, I can put my opponent down to 9. Sorry, down to 3. If I play a Lord, I can put my opponent down to a very low life total.
Do it.
6. And we still kill the Jace.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Okay, this is good with me. It's, we lose a lot of resources, because they're very likely going to be Terminusing us. But Lord of Atlantis isn't good in our hand right now, because we've got a bunch of Phyrexian Revokers and Fairy Conclaves. And the problem, my other option was attack with Mutavault, Silver Gill Adept, and Merfolk Trickster at the Jace, and they would use Snapcaster Mage, I think, to block the Mutavault, and I don't really want that to happen. I want to keep all my manlands. Conclave, pass. So,
Whatever you got, it's got to be good.
Well, it's Terminus. Wouldn't say it's like super obvious, but felt pretty obvious. Okay, so it's 4 cards in hand versus what we have. Narset's okay. We can kill Narset. Or I don't know about kill Narset, but Spell Snare. Maybe we're just going to ignore Narset. We could kill Narset right now, or put our opponent down to 2.
Sounds good. 2.
And we know they just drew a donut. Spell Snare is... Well, Spell Snare will hit the Revoker.
Poof. All right.
And there's a lot of cards that do not deal with what we have here. They have to find Cryptic Command. And even Cryptic Command is not that good. Serum Visions. Fetch land might turn to garbage too. They're not playing either.
They have to have something for both your guys. So
They do. They will.
and Conclave flies. So. You're teetering on the edge.
If it's Cryptic Tap, it has to be like Cryptic Tap Bounce. Right?
Cryptic Tap Dance.
Yeah, they're bouncing this thing.
Okay. And this... Oh, right. Tap.
So we still are threatening the same thing next turn, though. They gotta do this for forever. Fetch land shut off. They're in a really bad spot. They need to set up a situation where they can, like, opt and Terminus on my turn. That would hurt. That honestly would hurt. But right now they're in a situation where they have to put 2 cards on top of their library. Well, that sucks.
Card draw. Might get deprived.
No, I'm going to continue to try to win the game.
Maybe you should only use 1 at a time, just in case he does Terminus.
No.
Or whatever.
Oops! I tapped the Fairy Conclave. Shut up. Tapping 1. Going for 1 just means if they have Path to Exile, I'm screwed. See, now they can, like, Cryptic draw. That's awful. Oh, I screwed that up. That could have been the win right there. I screwed that up so bad. I needed that Fairy Conclave on tap so that if they go Cryptic Tap, now if they play 1 more land, they can start Snapcaster Mage chaining. Well, Snapcaster Mage into Cryptic doesn't change very much. Okay, Teferi. That actually doesn't help them at all. What are they returning? Themselves?
Returns no cards.
Oh, returns no cards. Up to 1. So the idea was like, if when they go to Cryptic Tap, I can always threaten to activate the untapped Fairy Conclave, but I accidentally tapped it. Okay, so now we have like 3. Can you opt into Terminus? I think that's their only out. It's the only out right now. Do I just attack with 2? Opt into Terminus is so unlikely.
Then at least
Well, they can play sorcery spells at instant speed, right? Is there any important sorceries that I should know about? I don't think so.
They can't play that.
Okay, we're just gonna hope that they don't opt into Terminus, because that seems to be the only Oh, they can also Serum Visions! Shoot. Well, that's still a random draw, though. Yeah, opt. So they have 2 looks to find a Terminus.
3, 2. Oh my god.
They find it.
It's okay, you still got a Mutavault.
I still have cards, but this is getting really hard now.
And it's 1 less Terminus in the deck. 1 versus 20. This is a tough thing for him to come back from. These Planeswalkers can't deal damage.
These Planeswalkers are good, though.
You can shut them off, you got the tools in your hand.
They're running out. Okay. It looks pretty bad.
Boop.
Boomerang, does that help? It doesn't help now. I'm so frustrated!
So we go card draw.
I don't think that helps.
Could 1 deprive turn the game around?
I guess gotta keep trying this. How many cryptics are in the graveyard? 2? Keep trying. They have 6 cards in hand, but been dealing click. Target me? Oh, that's not good news. So they're gonna Path Exile or something, the Mutavault. I'm assuming. Otherwise, they would have clicked themselves if they desperately needed cards. Okay, they have Spell Snare. I know they had Serum Visions. Well, we know our opponent got lucky finding that Terminus. Okay, Path to Exile. It's not good. I have so many regrets. What did they do with the Terminus? Did they put a card on the bottom?
Clock is in the room.
Yeah, they did put a card on the bottom, so it actually was, it did matter. It did matter. They were 1 card deep enough. They were 1 card deep enough to win. Well, that's hilarious. They found the Field of Ruin really late. And now we're going to lose. Well, I think it is a sort of a victory anyway. We know that the deck can win. I just slipped up at a terribly wrong moment.
So we go card draw.
Yeah, now I'm going to play Silvergill Adept for card draw. Because nothing else matters. Oh yeah, and I know they have Spell Snare. Okay, but now let's play Phyrexian Revoker. We'd have a pretty good hand if we had Aether Vial. I'll name Jace the Mind Sculptor. They'll have to use Teferi to kill it. Well, I guess they just have too many cards right now. Actually, it didn't matter. Like, Narset actually says that we can't draw more than 1 card a turn. So even if we played Silvergill Adept, we wouldn't.
Oh,
it wouldn't
well.
matter. So if there's a lesson to be learned, be very careful when where you tap your lands. But I knew what I wanted to do. Stony Silence. Well, I mean, I guess Aether Vial is a good card. What's it do here? Okay, they've got Field of Ruin. They have 2 cards left in hand.
So 1 life, gosh darn it.
I could Boomerang. Boomerang Narset sucks too. Everything is terrible.
Let's do it anyway.
I guess I have to just play Silvergill Adept for no value. Hope my opponent has run out of ways of drawing cards. But like, even if I get to do whatever I want, they can, at the very least, like bounce something with the Jaces and the Teferis. Like, worst case scenario, they start recycling their cards. Or sorry, they start using the Planeswalkers to bounce stuff. Sure. So close yet so far. It's possible they have fetch lands in their hand. It's possible. I think some people are going to say in the comment section, Nikachu, why aren't you playing with, like, why aren't you running cards like counterspells? Why aren't you running more counterspells? Because I don't think we need them. I think the man lands and the Phyrexian Revokers are more than enough in order to win the game. Guess run out Revoker. Attempt to run out a Revoker. I guess we're gonna name Jace the Mind Sculptor.
It's not a...
Oops. Jace. Don't worry, I'm not gonna press enter. It's not gonna let me. Because Jace is the only thing that can bounce the Revoker. Pass. We do have a sliver of a chance here. They need to find a way to kill... They do need to kill the Revoker, because I can boomerang a Celestial Colonnade. If they don't kill the... Oh, that's right. I can't play things at sorcery... I cannot play things at instant speed. They find a Terminus. That's interesting. Full retail.
You can bounce back to your hand.
I can't.
Oh.
I can only play things at sorcery speed. Which is actually another reason why I don't like playing with counterspells. Teferi just shuts all that stuff off. I really like my strategy right now against Blue Eye Control. I think we're very favored. As we usually are if we want to.
If you want to.
What's this going to be? Oh. Planeswalkers everywhere. We can't beat 4 cards a turn. Ugh.
Just keep skipping through your turn and maybe you'll win on time.
No. Do I have Gutshot in this deck?
No.
This is really bad value. This is terrible. Alright, I'm done.
Good job.
That sucked. I hate blowing a match like that. That we blew a match. Even with the mistake, they needed to Terminus as they did. They had no other choice. But if we force them to Cryptic our team and bounce the other Fairy Conclave, we would win, because they needed to go that 1 card deep to find the Terminus, and that's too bad. So it's basically, and it was my plan to do. I slipped up when I was tapping the mana. So we're 3-1 so far with the list. I like the list. It's definitely 4-0 in spirit, in my opinion. But list is very, very strong. I think you saw what it can do against decks like Blue Eye Control. I think you want to overload them with the man lands. I don't like the position of counterspells. Honestly, I do not like it. All the spell pierces and deprives, I want to move away from that sort of stuff. At least Cryptic Command has more versatility. We can tap bounce. We don't need to counter anything. We got a little bit of usage out of the Boomerang on turn 2. It does... No, but that was on... We were on the draw. Well, it helped. It did help. It is nice to bounce something on the draw. I thought we were in such a good position. That's too bad. Everything was going our way until that Fairy Conclave move. And then as you see, cards like Teferi just screw the counterspell so hard, and you are going to see Teferi going on in the future. It is the card that they're playing a lot, and I want to be playing more at sorcery speed. And I want to play with my I want to play Phyrexian Revoker off of an Ether Vial, although they seem to be gunning for that as well. But that's okay. But anyway, still a very good showing for the deck. I'm very confident in it. We're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank themanabase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu with his brother, playing Merfolk in Modern.